Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I put up a question over on the community tab here on YouTube, inviting you to ask me your reselling questions. I actually put the same question up on Instagram, but you have to get your responses by 24 hours, and then I forgot, and so they're gone. But I don't think I had too many on Instagram, honestly. I think most of them were here on YouTube. So that's what this video is going to be. It's going to be a reselling Q&A answering your questions. So yeah, I have the kind of wonky setup here because I'm by my computer. I know the light is crappy and it's a gross rainy day, but whatever. We're not here to look at me. We are here to listen to the answers. So let's just dig in. We have Tiff, please. Assuming you have sourced items that are sought after and in great condition, how many active listings do you think are necessary to start seeing daily or near daily sales? This completely comes down to what you have that's in demand. And we're talking about in demand as in people are going to Walmart, Target, Amazon to get it. And you have it. And you have it at a great price. Because, you know, most people are coming to eBay. I'm assuming this is more like an eBay question, but really any of the reselling sites. That's last. Most of them are going to go to the big sites first. So you really can't put a number unless you're selling a hot commodity item. And then you could only have one. You know, you could have one multi-quantity hot item and you're selling daily. So yeah, I can't really answer that question because what's in demand one day isn't in demand another. Now, I will say that for me, having 1,000 good quality items listed. Not all of them are going to be in demand. Some are going to be long tail, but generally things that have a selling history are in good condition. I priced them right. 1,000 items at once has always been enough for me to be full-time, make a full-time level income on eBay. If you have things that are very, very long tail, then you might need more because you're just trying to find that one person who's going to buy that one thing you have. And if most of your items, you're just kind of trying to find that one buyer, then you're going to need more. So I always felt that having 1,000 listings for me meant that I had a full-time running business. Now, if you just want like 1 or 2 sales a day, then obviously you can go down from that. I mean, I feel like when I was like at 250 listings, I was having at least 1 sale a day or more. But again, it just depends. So yeah, 1,000 was for me. So if you really want to make this a full-time business, I'd say aim for 1,000. That's me. Next question is from Chris Law. How did your family react when you decided to quit your day corporate job and resell, be an entrepreneur full time? Were they supportive or worried for you? They were not supportive at all. They were very worried. My dad was like, oh my God, what are you doing? So yeah, I just had to do it on my own. And it took a long time. Like it didn't start out great. I started out with a gift basket business, which went fine until summer came and then sales slowed down. And that's when I transitioned into eBay. And then I did wholesale and then I transitioned to secondhand. And then I toyed with liquidation. And then I got into other businesses, YouTube, publishing. So yeah, when I was giving up my day job, corporate job, and giving up those benefits and a steady paycheck, yeah, they all thought I was nuts. The next question is from Jamie James. You're excellent at selecting shipping materials and knowing how an item will ship. Can you share how you learn this? Trial and error and experience. I've shipped tens of thousands of things over the years, and you just learn how a coffee mug ships best, how an ornament, how a book. That's why I have a huge variety of packing materials, all sizes of boxes, all sizes of poly mailers, both regular and padded. I have cardboard mailers, priority mail boxes, flat rate mail boxes, regular cardboard boxes. I just make sure that I have a huge variety and that when I'm listing it, if I know if it can go first class or if it's going to have to go, you know, parcel or priority, it's just experience. I think when you're starting out, you know, a lot of people kind of start out selling the same thing, and a lot of people start with clothes. So obviously that's easy. If you're starting with clothes, you need poly bags. And then as you start picking up other things, maybe you start picking up figurines and you kind of learn, okay, I need packing peanuts, bubble wrap, boxes, you know, to do figurines, and you just start adding it in. I think the worst thing that I see people do is they just go all out and they go to garage sales and they buy everything. They buy little things, they buy big things, they buy clothes, they buy breakables, and they're suddenly have all of this stuff and they're like, I don't even know how to list this stuff, much less ship it. So I always think it's best to start small, add in one kind of type of item and then build from there. And then once you know how breakables ship, like maybe you did start with coffee mugs or whatnot, well, then you're going to know, okay, well, if I need to do this to get a coffee mug to ship, I'm going to need to do that to get a larger casserole dish or dishes or glassware. It's just trial and error and learning it. But yeah, start small, add one type of thing I think is best, and then you will know what you like to ship, what you like to sell, and what sells best for you. And if you do, like me, need to keep a wide variety of packing materials on hand, or are you just sticking to certain things, smalls, like I said, figurines, things that can go in smaller packages, and then you just kind of know how things go and how to keep it on hand. Let's see, we have chronically, I don't know, they have a zebra for a avatar. What has been your highest selling price-wise item that you found over the years? What item was your biggest regret? So definitely, I know I've talked about this before, but I found these vintage circus programs at an estate sale, fill-a-bag, $2 fill-a-bag, and I grabbed these, shoved them in a bag with tons of other stuff, and I sold one lot for $2.99, another lot for $1.99, $299, and $199. Yeah, those were the best ones because, man, they were, talk about easy to ship. What item has been your biggest regret? I probably think getting into dishes. Not that dishes don't sell, they do. But they are very long tail and they are very heavy. And I about killed myself hauling dishes around, getting them at the estate sales, getting them in the house, listing them, dragging them downstairs, all the time and effort to ship them. There was good money, but yet the time and effort and packing materials it required for me was too much. And also, I do have to say, getting into Amazon FBA books, I did that for about a year and I did make money, but again, like dishes, they were so heavy. And I remember I was carrying this huge box of books out of an estate sale, trying to get to my car and thinking, I could have a heart attack right now because this is way too much for me. So it was those things that were too physically demanding, heavy dishes, piles of books, that caused me such great physical stress that were my biggest regrets and why I don't do the big stuff anymore. I just can't handle it. You know, you need some muscle, you need some help, you need a truck. I don't have any of those things. So yeah, those are my biggest regret, the heavy stuff. Smart, thrifty, and chic. Excuse me while I scratch my nose. That's something I've done since childhood. I called an itch a scratch. Childhood memory. How do you do with your liquidation overstock inventory? Would you consider doing that again for health and beauty items or clothing? So liquidation overstock does well, but it's a volume business. The margins are much smaller and you pay a little more for them than you would say you go to garage sale and thrift store to get stuff. So while it's nice that things are new, sometimes there's a stock photo, like if it's already in eBay's catalog and they give you the photo for it, like you put in the, the code, the barcode. You put the barcode in it. It gives you the stock photo, although I always like to add my own, is good. And those things did tend to sell faster, but they cost more. And almost always you have to do free shipping because there's a lot of other people doing the same thing. So it's way more competitive. The margins are smaller. However, you don't have to go out and source things. So time-wise, it's easier. Although you do spend a lot of time on the computer researching and, checking manifests and all those things. It's just, you're not having to run around physically. You're just at your computer doing it. But it's a volume business. You can't expect to buy one box of liquidation health and beauty and think it's going to provide you income for even a month. It's not. You're going to have to keep adding and adding and adding. So it's a big financial requirement to buy that stuff. Would I do it again for health and beauty? To be honest, I don't mind doing those things as a supplement to the other stuff because they do bring you a lot of traffic and they tend to sell faster. So I don't mind getting like one case of health and beauty or a case of new clothing and listing that, but then it also is helping my whole store and sell other things. So it's kind of almost like, I look at it almost like advertising. You know, I'm not going to make a ton of money on that stuff, but it helps my store overall. So I would do it for that. But in the situation I'm in now with the space and the logistics in this house and other things I'm doing, I wouldn't try to just do a health and beauty business. You can, but you really need to have the whole setup, like getting pallets and in your garage and having a whole system to make that your full, if you want a full-time income. Just depends on what you want. If you're looking for just some extra money here and there, okay, that's fine. But if you're looking for that to be your entire business model, plus I did end up taking the duds, because there's always going to be duds, to my consignment store. So you want to have a secondary source or a secondary way to sell stuff that's not just online. You can sell health and beauty, will do well on eBay, do well on Poshmark, but there's always going to be things that just aren't going to sell. And you donate them, you lose your money. So can you make money another way? Garage sale, Facebook Marketplace, consignment store. The next question is from Linda Glass. Let's pretend one income stream of your choice would provide you all the money you would ever need. Which income source would it be and why? And that would be publishing, because that's what I really, really love. My books, my 2021 reselling books are now available exclusively on Amazon, as well as this YouTube book. And the link is below if you want to go get them. Now, I do publish other books other than the reselling books. I have my Jean Lee Publishing, where I do print on demand. I'm starting to dip my toe into fiction. No, I will not tell you my pen name for that, but it would be publishing, just because that is the physically easiest job of all the jobs there is, because it's just at the computer. So again, with my situation being a full-time caregiver now, and especially now during the pandemic, not being able to really get on source because I just don't feel safe, just being able to do complete laptop work, that would be it. So yeah, it would be publishing. If I had somebody to do my listings for me, I wouldn't mind doing the eBay stuff, but photographing and listing is just like, ugh. And I can't get anything right now. Eventually that will change, but yeah, it would be publishing. Searching for Treasures asks, what was your best sale on eBay this year? Ooh, that's tough because I really scaled back on eBay this year. It went from being my full-time income to a much more part-time and even a part-time income. And I can't even remember what my biggest or best sales were this year. Honestly, there just hasn't been anything like super exciting. You know, I put some lots together stuff and maybe sold those for $100, some flatware that I was able to get for maybe $10, $15 that I sold for $100. Those type of things stick out, but there hasn't been that one big sale. But putting lots together, if you can get, like I said, a lot of flatware or some toys, you know, little figurine McDonald's-y type stuff or whatever, and you can do a big box of that, those have been my best. And I do like selling. That's what I would like to focus on as I go forward in eBay, just selling lots, not having all these individual things. But I did a lot of Department 56, you know, accessories. That was great. So just easy, one listing, there you go. So yeah. Next question is from Gale Resources. If COVID continues to make sourcing unsafe much longer, what would be your strategy to obtain inventory? Should you want to buy for your eBay store? Yeah, it would go back to liquidation. I have probably 3 liquidation sources that I really like. Although liquidation has gotten super competitive during coronavirus because more and more people have gotten into it, obviously. But if I had to get back into eBay, it would definitely be going back into liquidation and health and beauty and clothes, some resources I have for that. But hopefully I won't have to. Hopefully I can keep making my publishing business my #1 business, and everything else is just extra. Next question is from Jack Valentine. Have you been back to the bin since I last saw you? That'd be a no, Jack. I feel it's terrible. Jack and Ryan live not that far from me, but obviously with coronavirus, I haven't seen them in ages. And I can't, you know, they're out and about and doing things safely, I know, But yeah, I'm not seeing anybody in person. So I haven't even gotten to see them for a long time. But yeah, we do have a bins here. I don't even know if Jack has been to our bins. Our bins it's a sad bins. Jack and Ryan source a lot at the Minneapolis area bins, which look amazing. And most bins, like you see, like the bin pickers, or those bins where they have the big blue tubs that come out. They're in these like nice, well-lit buildings. And oh, it's also nice. Yeah, ours is in a little like alcove of a warehouse, no heat, no air conditioning, no water, no ventilation. The 3 times I did go, I got sick from inhaling all the dust because they have wooden pallets topped with cardboard boxes with the stuff in them. So it's dust on dust on dust flinging out. And this was before coronavirus. So, but I did buy some masks so that if I was going to go back there, I would have a mask. And then the virus hit. So I ended up in the early days of the virus, I had some of those N95 masks because I bought them for the bins. Of course, then masks started to be everywhere. But yeah, I mean, so hopefully when the virus is over, I'd like to go back to the bins here, see what it looks like, see if they've changed anything. But yeah, the bins is a job. Like, people who do the bins for their sourcing, I mean, they are putting in the hours. It's not just like run it, like an estate sale, honestly. I can run in, do a run through of the house, and be done with it. I mean, when you go to the bins, or really any thrift store, but especially the bins, you are digging for hours. And I know Jack specifically likes to touch everything, like everything. He'll go through. I mean, that's how he finds the good stuff. He's going through everything. And that takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. So nope, haven't been back to the bins. And it sounds like he and Ryan are going to be moving to Minneapolis here in the spring. So probably by the time the coronavirus is over, they'll be gone and I'll never see them again. Because Jack doesn't like Iowa. He's like, you're never coming back here again. Although Ryan lives in Iowa, but in Des Moines area. But anyway, yeah, no Jack, haven't been back to the bins. Next question is from Thrifty Treasures. Tanya, what is your favorite fruit, vegetable, soda, flower, and color? LOL, just wanted to participate. My favorite fruit. I hate fruit. Probably banana. Vegetable. I hate vegetables. Frozen peas, that'd be about it. Soda, cherry Pepsi. Flower, I don't like flowers. They give me a headache. And color, it'd be a tie between pink and purple. Next question is from John Sanders. Do you think you'll source from estate sales again post-COVID? Absolutely. I would love to go back to the estate sales. They have been having estate sales, and I haven't been going because, again, being in, even with everybody wearing masks, being in an enclosed space next to people, because you can only physical distance so much in an estate sale, right? They're there to look at the stuff, It's not like Walmart where there's 100 aisles, there's only a few. So it's impossible to social distance. And yes, everybody's wearing masks, but I've noticed the few times I have gone, what is in my shirt? You still have the same people who just go because they like to look around and they go with somebody and they're talking and it's a social event for them. Sorry, I just got this t-shirt and there's like a thing in my shirt. And I just don't feel safe. But after, yeah, I would love to go back to the estate sales, probably more just for myself. Going on the first day. Normally I go on the second day when things are half off. But as far as eBay, I would like to go on the first day, kind of scope it out, see if there's anything that I think might do well on eBay, and then I could go back the next day and just find things that maybe I want to get for myself. So I am looking forward to post-COVID and getting back to the estate sales. Fortunately, the estate sales that I go to do provide pictures of the sale. Now, of course, you can't see everything in the photos, and sometimes more things get put out, but it does give me the opportunity to be like, okay, I can kind of tell that this is a sale that's really more about tools and garage stuff, or this is a sale that the things look nice, but I can kind of tell it's recent, Target and home goods stuff, not stuff vintage stuff that I'm looking for. So I haven't felt like, oh gosh, I missed out on this great stuff that I could have made money on. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, hopefully by the spring and most people vaccinated can get back to the estate sales. And usually the estate sales around here really calm down in the winter because a lot of people normally Our snowbirds, they go south. There isn't a lot going on in the winter. It will be interesting to see if there are any estate sales even coming up in the next month or two. Rosie, I'm not going to even say your last name because I don't want to mutilate it. Have you ever shipped out the wrong item to someone? Yes. Yes, that has happened. Just curious, since you have shipped a lot throughout the years, and most people that do this have had that happen to them. Yes, it has happened. I've had 2 orders, the labels got switched, or they ordered something and it was something that, like a Hallmark ornament, and I have a lot that kind of are the same. Like maybe they ordered a teddy bear ornament. I was like, oh, here it is. Oh, wait, you have all these other teddy bear ornaments. That's just an example. And I grabbed the wrong one. Yeah, it happens. I just immediately issue them a refund, apologize. They can keep the item, and I move on. It's always been small stuff, so I don't worry about it. It happens. Keep the customer happy and do the right thing, and just I never want to put the customer out for my mistake. So I'm not going to ask them to ship me something back when it was my mistake. Sometimes they do want the correct item, but in that case, I will just have to make sure that the correct item is listed, and then they will have to go purchase it again. I'm just, again, trying to make it streamlined. Sorry, I sent you the wrong item. Here's your money back. You can keep it. But I don't want to then have to pull the right item, get the thing back up, ship it out, then the tracking. It's all a mess in eBay's system. So then I can just direct them to repurchase it if they want to. Let's see. Denise Coffee asked, what did you do before selling, and would you ever go back? I was an administrative assistant at the local Chamber of Commerce, and hell no. I would never go back to, first of all, nonprofit work. It's a nightmare. You get paid so little and you have to do so much. And, office job, no. I will do whatever I have to do to make it as being self-employed. I don't ever want to go back to working at an office, working for someone else. And certainly not a nonprofit. Simple shadowing. How do you determine whether to list an item at auction or buy it now, and whether to accept offers or not? And how do you get eBay to stop changing your listings? Thanks in advance. So I haven't had a problem with eBay changing my listings. I know when they switched up categories or like item specifics, there were some issues. I haven't had that problem. I look up everything before I list it. So if I look up an item and I see that almost all of them are selling at auction and I have the best chance of getting the highest price at auction, then it's auction. I do very few things at auction. The last auctions I did a bunch, I think in October, because I was just trying to clear stuff out. I really want to get down and kind of start fresh in the new year. So I did a ton of 99-cent auctions, which was a lot of work. But I did those little mini brands. I did lots of those, and those were just better auctions because they were a hot item, they got bid up, and that. But mostly buy it now. Whether you accept offers or not is really just a personal choice. I can't stand dealing with offers. I just don't. It drives me nuts. I don't like it. Some people, their entire store is best offer, and that works for them. It's a personal preference. If you don't mind the offers coming in, if you don't mind negotiating, the thing I hate is when someone accepts an offer or you accept their offer and then they don't pay. I like buy it now, immediate payment required, move on with your life. So it's just totally up to you. Offers do tend to create activity in your store. So even if you get an offer and you don't accept it, or it doesn't work out, then it still showed eBay like, oh, people are interested in this item. Maybe they're interested in your other things. And it seems to help you in search. But it drives me, it makes me too crazy. I don't even care. So that's just me. Let's see. Melissa Maloney, does Papa get paid for his labor? If so, how much? And tell him I'll top it if he'll come work for me. LOL, just plain. Have you ever had to hire paid help? No. Papa's salary is me being his full-time caregiver. He really, really loves when I bring stuff home and he can go through it and clean it and look at it. He likes to be in stuff. So he really loves it, and he loves the shipping. All the time, I can ship this. No, that's my job. He has this whole thing. So it's like a hobby for him. And he always really enjoyed it. And I've never paid for help. I can't imagine doing that because I don't want to deal with people. I don't want to train people. I don't want to supervise people. I would rather keep it to the level of business where I can control it myself. Because the thing is, when you pay somebody, now you've got to sell whatever it is you're paying them, like you've got to make that much more money plus on top of that to make it worthwhile, right? No, I'm not paying anybody. Carla Kolbach, will you still be reselling on eBay in 2021? I may come back, but if they are still having so many issues, I just don't know. Thoughts? Hope you are staying warm in Iowa. Happy holidays to you and Papa. It's cold today. I plan to be reselling in 2021, but I plan to take things in a different direction. Like I said, focusing on lots. I'm going to go down to a starter store from a premium. I used to have an anchor, then I went to premium, and I'm going to go down to a starter, the $5 a month version, because I only plan to have a handful of listings and I plan to make them lots. So I've already got some stuff that I can get going in the new year and do that. But yeah, I definitely want to keep up with eBay. Number one, if my book sales drop, then I got to have a backup. And that's happened before. I scaled back on eBay when book sales were good. I had to go back up when they dropped. So yeah, I will never get out of eBay completely. Plus, I need to be on top of it for my books because I put new editions out every year. So obviously need to know what's going on, but it's very hard to stop doing it when you've done it for as long as I have, 15 years, and you know that there's money to be made. And if I go someplace and I see something, I'm like, ugh, that'd be pretty easy to list and ship, and I know it'd make me money. Fine, I'll get it. You know, it's impossible to leave money on the table once you know it's there. And then the last question is from Cody Marie. How long did it take you to make eBay a full-time job? Oh, she had another question, but I will answer this one first. So when I started out on eBay, it was only like a month or two that it was full-time for me. I moved very quickly into it. Again, this was back when I was doing wholesale gift items. So I jumped straight into eBay. So almost from the beginning, but of course, 15 years ago, eBay was very different. There was only eBay and Amazon to sell on. Well, I don't even know if you could sell on Amazon when I started. I think, no, yeah, eBay was the only place like an individual could sell on. So eBay was it. There were no other online shopping sites anyway. Like none of the big retailers, Target, Walmart, none of those places had sites. So it was a lot easier back then. But yeah, it was pretty much straight away. And then their next question, I know this one is about Amazon, but it's still reselling. Why are so many categories restricted? And how does one be able to sell in those restricted areas? Or is it better to just stick to eBay? To be fair with Amazon, I never see the same amount that I'm supposed to make actually make it to my earnings, which I find super weird. Amazon is a beast. Doing FBA, fulfillment by Amazon, or even merchant fulfilled, there are a lot of rules and restrictions on Amazon, and they're always changing things. The reason that categories are restricted is because of different laws, and they want to make sure that the cosmetics, for instance, that you're sending in were sourced from a wholesale company, so that when you present them as new, they're new and you didn't get them dumpster diving or, you know, some weird source or just bought them off the clearance rack. They want to know that the products on their site are genuine and that customers are going to be happy. And so, yeah, a lot of categories are restricted. There's a lot of, well, I shouldn't say a lot, but you can find groups on Amazon, on Facebook, on Instagram that can, a lot of them, well, you pay into them, but they can help you figure out how to get ungated on categories. I personally think that with that, you are going to need to be committing to like, you're going to have an Amazon business. If you're going to go to all the work to figure out how to get ungated and be in these categories and sell enough stuff to make it worthwhile, you're going to have to commit to Amazon being it for you. Not that you can't sell on other sites, but just that that's going to be a big deal for you, right? Because it's a lot of work and it's a lot of money. Amazon, the margins are tiny, tiny, tiny. After you consider what you have to pay for new items to send in. Yes, they do sell open box and whatnot, but mainly most people are going to be looking at, you know, wanting things to be new, getting ungated, being competitive, because as soon as you put something up on Amazon, somebody else is selling it and they're undercutting the price. It's just a constant day in, day out, all day long, monitoring prices, monitoring your inventory, trying to find new inventory, sending shipments in via FBA. It can be very worth it. There are people who do really, really well with Amazon FBA, but it is a job. It makes Poshmark and eBay look like a walk in the park. The hours and effort and money that you have to put into Amazon. Now, I don't want to scare people off of that. It can be done, but eBay is much easier in terms of if you get a liquidation lot, like I said, of cosmetics. Well, you're probably going to be restricted in almost everything you got on Amazon. But on eBay, you can just list it. You can just start straight away. You can put the same stuff on Poshmark, usually clothes, cosmetics, they even like home goods on Poshmark now. Of course, Etsy, you can do vintage, you can do craft supplies, in addition to if you make your own items. So it just, yeah, Amazon, it's tough. It's really, really tough. I have done merchant fulfill, I did for 4 years, and FBA I did for about 1. And both on paper looked really profitable, but after fees, yeah, it was a lot, and it was a lot more work than just finding those one-off unique items and listing them on eBay. And if you have the space to store things, just letting them sit, building up your inventory, and just waiting for the right person to come along. Personally, is what I like, but yeah, if you want to do Amazon, you really got to commit to it. I don't think Amazon is worth it to just have it as kind of like I'll send a box in every now and then. I really don't think it's worth it. I think you should just list that stuff on eBay and get it going and get your money out. By the time you fill a box to send to FBA, the stuff you've gotten might have died out. You know, maybe you bought a board game and it was really hot on Amazon, but you're like, well, I can't send it in until I have a full box. And then a month later, you have a box, and now the game's not hot anymore. I just think to get your money back, basically, and make money, get it up on eBay. That's just me. Like I said, there are people who do really well on FBA, but it is way more work and way more money than I personally am into, but everybody's different. And those are all of the questions. So thank you. If you answered me a question, if you asked me a question, thank you. I will, what does the calendar look like next week? I might do a YouTube Q&A for this coming week. So if I do, look for that on the community tab here on YouTube. I'll put up a poll and do a YouTube Q&A. And then probably after, I'm just looking at the calendar, probably after the first of the year, I might do a 2020 income report and tell you guys what I made on YouTube and eBay for the entire year. Let me know if that sounds interesting. And yeah, if you liked this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Just a reminder that I do have my second channel, my vlog channel. It's linked below, and I do post there quite a bit. So if you want more content, it's over there. So until the next time, thank you guys for watching. Bye.